Overthinkers must become overcreators. Seriously. Because I've been really thinking about this. Like, it's just been in my mind recently. Um, I had watched a Instagram reel.
If you're an overthinker, you need to be an overcreator. It's urgent. Do you understand that this is what you were made for? This is what you were designed for, to be a creator. You overthink and create imaginary scenarios in your head that feel so real that it convinces you to the point where you have an anxiety attack. You're a director, an award-winning director. I can't tell you how many times I've had experiences, and I overthought to the point where it made me sick. And then I was like, okay, cool. How about I just take on this new thing that I've always wanted to do and actually create things and not care about how perfect it is? And I let myself be messy at first, let myself be shitty at it at first, but I just overcreated. And then I realized the opposite of depression is expression. The opposite of overthinking is expression. That's why they call it releasing art, because it's a release. Release, get it? It's release. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up. When you create and you display it to the world, you're showing up for you. When you market your music, it's not marketing, it's taking up space as a creative. I switched the perspective and I changed my life too.
Especially if you don't think in your favor, it's really hard to think yourself into a new reality. You need to allow yourself to feel your feelings and create from those spaces, because when you're creating from how you're feeling, that is when you are your most magnetic. That is when you are your most authentic. And that's something I'm learning how to do myself, because honestly, when I create, like, it's an initial spark. Sometimes I don't even count it as a feeling when I choose to create. Sometimes I'm doing it solely just because I want to. There's no true like feeling or desire to it. It's just like, oh, I saw this, I want to do it. Let's do it. But if you're like me and you tend to overthink, and most of the time it's not even in your favor, most of the time it's, making up scenarios that haven't even happened yet, it's psyching yourself out, or, trying to make sense of something that hasn't even happened yet, you need to be creating just as much as you are overthinking. Because what I've noticed is when you allow yourself to create, your brain turns off. The fears, they quiet down. They start looking over your shoulder at what you're doing instead of like voicing their opinions and their scenarios and their, self-imposed whatever, what have you, onto you. You know what I mean? And what I think will really help with this, because this is something that I'm going to start doing, I'm going to create what is it called? Like a creation log, and log every single time that I make something, design something, create something, sing a new tune, write a new note, whatever. Anytime I create, doesn't matter if it's big or small, I'm going to log it. I'm going to, write down what I was feeling while I created this thing. And that way, because honestly, I am the type of person who can do so much and then forget. I'm the type of person who can do so much and then forget that I've done so much, or, not give myself credit, because, for me, it just feels normal, natural, expected of me. So I don't always, you know, pat myself on the back when I've done something really cool or really great. And that's something that I'm trying to work on. And with this log, this is going to force me to actually be more aware and grounded in what it is that I'm feeling, what it is that I'm creating, and allow myself to, bridge gaps between the person I want to be and where I am right now. And to see where my mind is at when I'm creating, what comes up for me, what, blocks, or what thoughts, or, what scenarios come up for me while I'm creating. And I feel like the bigger the projects are, the bigger the creations are, the more blocks and hesitations and fears that'll try to come up, because those are the things that are hitting closer to home. Those are the things that are, closer to what it is that you desire. And I've recently been watching a lot of videos about how fear is something that you need to be feeling into. It is not something that you need to be running from. Fear is a guide. It is a map. It's showing you where your true desires are, where your heart really is. And the more you embrace the fear, the more you feel into the fear, the more you stop running away from it and you learn how to tap into it and sit with that discomfort, that is when you're going to start making those changes. That is when you're going to become your most magnetic. That is when the universe is going to start granting you those desires that you wish for, those things that you really, really want deeply in your heart. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and let you know that overthinking necessarily isn't the problem. It's when you're not doing it in a way that benefits you. When you're allowing thoughts that are just that, thoughts, to dictate your life, to dictate, how you show up in the world. And I get it. It's really hard when your thoughts, when you overthink in a way that really just makes you sad, depressed, anxious. But the only way to get out of your head is to create and continue to create. It doesn't matter what you're creating as long as you're creating. Okay, I literally made like blueberry cookies last night and a YouTube video, and I called it a day. And today I'm making another video and I'm gonna work on one of my bigger projects. And that is just allowing me to be more present in my life and to, when a thought comes up, be quicker to observe it, see what's really going on there, and then transmute it. So, yeah, if you're an overthinker, overcreate. And see, just be open. Just be open to what life has to offer you when you choose to move like that, when you choose to live like that. So, yeah, that's all I got. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you later.